Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz. Today, July 19, 2015, 2:13 a.m. Birmingham. Topic: I know the very date and the hour of the rapture, and I have proof confirming it. The very date of the rapture. You ready? It came to me in an email, and when I saw the title, I deleted it. So I can't give it to you, but nor can anyone else. It tells us to watch, tells us to keep our eyes open, and we're also warned against mocking people who are watching. There shall come in the last days scoffers and mockers. On 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 3 and 4, warns us against that. But also, it warns us in other ways. The maidens, for example, in Matthew 24 or 25, verse 4, I apologize, that when they carried olive oil in the lamps, the wise ones carried an extra jar of olive oil. So the ones that didn't have enough oil for the lamps had to leave. And when they left, the door was closed. And it's talking about be prepared, be watching, don't carry this much thinking, well, he'll be here within that time period. But don't give a date either. Don't tell people it's going to be September the 23rd, 2015. Don't do that. That's dangerous. But the scoffers and the mockers, they have increased. It's up to 20% and growing today. And sadly, of that 20%, most of them are Christians. It is Christians that are beginning to be the scoffers and the mockers. That's sad. That's sad. Because the Bible tells us clearly, no man knows the day nor the hour, not even the angels in heaven, no one but my Father in heaven. That's Jesus telling us only his Father knows, not the angels. Jesus doesn't know, but his Father does. So if no one knows, then, and if you see somebody, I have proof positive of the rapture on this date, delete it, go to the next one. And another guy tried to prove, I wish I'd written this down, but I didn't, but I remember reading it the other night. He was really down on someone who was talking about the rapture would take place in Revelations chapter 4, verse 1. And then a guy came on and said, I'm going to debunk that. I'm going to prove to you that he's lying to you. So I read it just for the heck of it, because the Bible says in chapter 4, verse 1 in Revelations, nothing else. Wow. Nothing else about the church. It talks no more of the church after that day. That means that the church has left. Doesn't mean it left on chapter 4, verse 1, but the church is not there after chapter 4, verse 1. No one knows what day chapter 4, verse 1 it is in reference to specifically. No one can tell you that. No more that they can tell you, well, there are some things, many things throughout the Bible, like the harbingers, like the Shemitah, and like the 70th year. These things are on time. These things are dead on time, down to the date, and some even to the hour. But they eluded the date and the hour of the rapture of the church, just as they eluded specifically chapter 4, verse 1. No one knows what date that's going to fall on, but we do know that he, John, was showed in the spirit. He wasn't raptured up in the skies and carried away. He stayed here, his feet firmly planted, but he, in the spirit, went around and saw those things. But the only thing he didn't do again, he didn't mention the church. The church is no longer mentioned in Revelations after chapter 4, verse 1. The church is not mentioned until the end. So we're gone by that time. Doesn't mean that we're taken up at that time. Even if it did say we were taken up at that time, we don't know when that time is going to fall. We don't know exactly when that date is. That date could be years apart. We don't know. But in any case, if you read something that says, I have the date and the hour and I can confirm it, I can promise it, I can do all this, delete it. Jody Wolf Expoz.